Hey y'all, this is a 1999 Chevy Express 3500. Got off of work Saturday. We put in 10 hours and couldn't get her to start. She'd turn over, but wouldn't catch. We monkeyed around with it for about an hour in the Texas heat. It's hot as shit here, y'all. And couldn't figure it out. So the next day, I put a distributor cap, rotor, and an ignition coil in, and it started. But it's running real rough. Thumping and banging. It's, get to a stop like, you know. And when you're going down the highway, if you're running up a hill, so I needed plugs. I knew I needed plugs. I'm going to put some plugs in today, and you're going to follow along. Look, I looked on YouTube for the solution to this problem, and I ran into a lot of videos that either didn't address my particular vehicle, or they had a lot of naysayers. You know, folks say, "Oh, this job is so hard. This job is a real pain in the ass," and all this and that and everything. If you use your head for something besides a hat rack, and you go slow and you take your time and you pay attention, you're going to be fine. You can do this job. You got to take the front tires off. You got to put it on a jack. You got to put it on jack stands. You got to get it up and make it safe. But it's not an impossibility. You can do this job. You can do this job. I'm probably going to post a video later on. I need to change the plug wires in it. Everything on this van is so old, and the lock company, it used to belong to a safe and lock company, and the company that had it apparently didn't take care of it at all. So what we're going to do today is we're going to change them spark plugs. We're not just going to change the one that's closest to the cab, we're going to change them all. You'll see it. You'll know how to do it. You'll know what tools to use. As a matter of fact, well, hell, I ain't got my tools out here, but you need some universals. You need some extensions. I bought a spark plug socket specifically for this particular vehicle because it's magnetic and hangs on the spark plugs and blah blah blah. It's a 5/8, by the way. The other thing is, I'm not a YouTube guy. I love to watch YouTube, but to make videos, this is a brand new thing for me. I like to make videos of what I do at work, but that's easy. I don't have to narrate or do a script or anything like that. And my main reason for posting these things is because having a vehicle that won't start at the end of a 10-hour day is not a good way to start your one-day weekend. And I hope that this helps somebody else. So let's get to it. Quick things here I didn't address. The plugs I'm using are AC Delco 41993s. I looked in the owner's manual, the Haynes manual, and found what I needed, went down, and they looked it up on the computer, so this is stock stuff. One of the other things that I'm going to be using is a little bit of hose to screw them in so that they don't get cross-threaded. And you can put some anti-seize on the threads, and that way when you have to go through this again, it might make it a little bit easier. The manual says that these plugs can go 100,000 miles before they have to be changed again. So Also, this is an EGR valve. This is a PCV valve. I'm gonna put this in while I'm in there digging around. And the other question that I had, I wasn't sure about my lug nuts. These are the lug nuts that they're on there with some aftermarket, these are Gorilla lug nuts, I don't know, they were on the van when I bought them, but they're a 5/8. The Gorilla, it comes with its own, you know, you guys are mechanics, you know what the deal is, you see the ridges on there. So, but the nut to take them off was 13/16, and the socket for the spark plugs is 5/8. You can almost see that there. Those were two things that I weren't sure of before I started. I know it's probably not that serious, but some people, even people who have done mechanical work before and have been out of it for a while, might have that question. And I looked on YouTube and I couldn't find any videos that talked about it, so now there's one out there. PCV valve. PCV valve. Runs from here to there. It does make a difference. It hasn't settled my problem, but as long as you're in there digging around, you might as well go ahead and replace it. So that's what I did. Now, they make a special valve or a special kind of hose rubber thing that goes on there, but just a regular foot-long piece of hose will do the trick, and over a period of time it'll fail. So you want to get the right part, but there you go. PCV valve. First thing you want to do is jack it up and get it on some jack stands, because if you lose an arm, it'll probably cost more than your tune-up does. And then get the front wheels off. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, when you get them wheels off, get right down here next to, this is your brake rotor. This is your disc, or your brake rotor. And this is your pad right here. This thing right here is designed to touch this and squeal when your pads get so low that they're needing to be replaced. That'll start to squeal. You'll hear your brakes squealing and making racket. So you take a look at those pads and see if you got any meat left on them. If you got some meat left on them, you're in good shape. Another thing you can take a look for is the texture of your rotor. Some of these rotors will get some lines on them. They'll get some rough spots on them. They'll get some ground-in spots, and sometimes you can have them turned. Other times you just have to buy a brand new rotor. These do have some ridges on them, but they're not too bad. And I'm not going through brake pads real bad right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. I got enough to deal with. Okay, so, shit. Sorry about that. So, here we go. We're coming up inside, over top of the brake rotors, and all up inside there. And now we're coming up on the inside of the engine. And here are my first two plugs. And then, right back here are my other two. That's all four plugs on this side. Alright, hold on just a second. Here we have the right side of the engine, or the passenger side. There's the first 2 plugs for the passenger side. And I've been hearing this, I've been hearing a lot of that, and that is in my way. If you look just past it, you can see 2 more plugs over there. There's the 3rd plug on the passenger side, and back here is the 4th plug on the passenger side. There's a heat shield that has come disconnected, and it's definitely in the way, and I'm more than likely gonna get rid of it or try to work around it. We'll see what happens. But now we're into the business part of this job. There's only 4 plugs per side. There's one, and there's the other one in here, inside the cab. So these boots are on pretty tight, and I'm a little worried about getting them off, but I just bought a set of these to go ahead and get a hold of them and pull them off, so I'm going to try pulling them off and we'll see what happens. Okay, the plug wire came off without any trouble at all, but I tried to get a wrench in from the top and it's practically impossible. So, we'll come out of here, come around here down to the passenger side wheel well. Oops, hold on. Probably ought to have a wrench. Come down here to the passenger side wheel well. I moved that heat shield out of the way, and I was able to get right on that plug. So, you see, I've got that universal joint on there. Just gonna come right here. And the truck has been running really, really badly, and when I hooked up to this particular spark plug, the sumbitch was loose. So, I'm thinking that might have been, God, I hope so, because this sure has been running badly. I don't know why it would just all of a sudden loosen up, but it did. So, and out it comes. I'll take it out and take a look at it. These plugs are not in good shape. They have what looks to me to be like a lot of carbon buildup. Oh, these plugs are old, man. These plugs are shot. They've even got some really bad, there's even some really nasty looking, that plug is not in good shape. Okay, seeing as how this is a good time. I want to take a look at this. I want to take a look at my manual. I always buy a Haynes repair manual or a Chilton's manual, whatever you might prefer, for any vehicle that I purchase. They're just super handy. This plug has just been in the truck too long. It's not a normal color. Really, I think that this is the best description. Dry, sooty deposits indicate a rich mixture or weak ignition, causes misfiring, hard starting, and hesitation. I just changed the ignition coil, distributor cap, and rotor in this truck, and I've been getting a real hard time. It just hasn't been running very well. This is what the normal plug should look like, and obviously mine are not normal. And the other yes, see, mine have that black sooty carbon and no brown color on them. The plugs have been left in the engine too long, replaced with new plugs of the same heat range. I'm guessing that these plugs have been, I'm sure they've been in this vehicle over 100,000 miles. So I'm looking forward to getting my new plugs in, and I know you are too. So let's get back to the business of getting them plugs in. Just a chunk of rubber hose that eventually is going to on my PPC valve, but I'm using that to screw these in. Well, I'll tell you what, that heat shield is a real problem. Okay, let's tighten down. Okay, I got my wrench on there. They tell you to put a torque wrench on it and torque it down to whatever the specs are, but I just snug them up. There's the next one, and next one. Okay, well this isn't the greatest camera angle in the world, but I thought they were going to give me a lot more trouble coming off than they are. So come on, sweetie. Come on. All of the rest of these plugs that have come out of here are just kind of ash and gray. They don't have a lot of carbon deposits or anything like that. And to tell you the truth, I wonder if whoever owned the vehicle before me didn't just not change that particular plug when the last time they tuned it up, if they tuned it up at all. Because that plug is, something's going on with that cylinder back there for sure. Nice and snug. That boot back on. There we go. And the next one. See, they don't look bad. Boot back on. Nice and snug. Boot back on. Last one. Come on out. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I saw a lot of these done by mechanics. I didn't see too much video from regular YouTube viewers. But I did notice in a lot of the comments what was said was, oh, this is a horrible job and it takes forever and it was so hard and stuff like that. And personally, on this particular vehicle, I'm not too disappointed. To be honest with you, I had a Chevy Astro that, if I'm not mistaken, was front-wheel drive. I could have that wrong. I don't remember. It's been quite some time, but that thing was a son of a bitch to work on. And it was a cool van, though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you like vans, if you're a van person, absolutely, that's the deal. But okay, so here we go. Plugs are in. Boots are all on. I'm about to fire it up. I'm going to turn the key right now. I don't know if you can hear that noise or not, but that's the fuel pump. Just priming the... Here we go.